None of our panelists got to where they are today by staying within the mold, so I do think this is a perfect topic of exploration. Welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to jump right in because this is really interesting. And how important is thinking creatively and working creatively as we are in and working our way through the COVID era?
Yeah, such an interesting situation. I think from our standpoint, I think we've been off for a long time, but we've got a return to play plan here. So I think there's an anxiousness to get back. However, when you look at it in totality, we're going to be down in Florida for a long time. So kind of taking that anxiousness and easing into it and giving a little bit of a long-term look at, what's it going to be like to be in the bubble, so to speak, for that long, and how do you manage that excitement right off the bat early, et cetera. I mean, I'm thinking about a lot of things, but I think a lot of it's going to have a lot of feel. I think there's going to be a big menu of ideas of what to pick from, and then kind of as you're going, pick off that menu and the feel of the team and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're going to be forced to be creative here, which is okay. We like to be creative.
There is an ongoing dialogue, thankfully, on the topic of racial injustice, and this affects all of us. But all of you as leaders have to also think about this differently. And I'm wondering what your feelings are, what your current mindset is in terms of moving forward and enacting racial justice.
One thing that my first and last impression from our championship parade was being in that truck and looking down at all the young kids and every color from around the world, and smiling and cheering about what the Raptors meant to them. And the only reason I bring that up is it just exemplifies a couple things. One is how important our platform and how powerful our platform can be that we have to young people growing up, and also how I almost hate to use the word proud or prideful here, but how proud our city can be of being, as inclusive as it is. I think certainly not perfect, but also a pretty good example, I think, for the world, right? I even said it in my speech up there at the parade, was that the world needs more Canada, right? And well, and I still agree with that. So that's part of it. I think action is the main thing. We quickly, the 30 head coaches around the league got on a call. We formed a committee, Popovich, Kerr, JB Bickerstaff, Lloyd Pierce, Quinn Snyder formed a committee to start formulating some action plans. We've already been in touch with all the local police departments in each city that we're living in. Again, just trying to get some action moving quickly. Same within the organization. I applaud MLSE. They've got a job open for a director of racial equality and justice. So they're trying to put a position in, so somebody's focusing in on that and giving it resource and compensation and somebody that can plan for it. We're trying to do a similar thing within the Raptors. We've got a thing we call our accelerator program, which was all about accelerating the development of our players. Well, we're going to have an accelerator program in again, racial equality and justice, and a whole nother committee of people, so that, again, I think the statements and all those things are fine. I wouldn't certainly discredit anybody for issuing those or wearing whatever they want to wear in support or whatever. But I think that long-lasting programs directed towards our youth, trying to make an impactful change for the future is where we need to go here.
Where do you get the chutzpah or nerve to make big or difficult decisions? How do you get past the fear of failure?
Quickly, I would say that you have to realize there's going to be some intense scrutiny. That you're gonna be wrong, and you're gonna take some heat. You're gonna lose a game in the finals or in the playoffs, and you're going to take an intense amount of scrutiny, but knowing that that's coming, right? And just accepting it, sometimes taking maybe more of the blame, take it off your team and put it on your own shoulders. Going in the locker room immediately after a finals loss and say, hey, we're the better team. We didn't expect to sweep them. We knew it was going to take 6 or 7 games. We just got to go through the process, right? And that's really kind of deflecting some of that intense scrutiny and just understanding there's just a little more work to be done, and we'll get there. And I can take the heat. That's part of the job. I'll shoulder as much of it as I need to, and again, that comes from some confidence. Like I took a lot of heat for a timeout that happened in Game 5, like incredible amounts of heat, right, for a timeout that was called. But I also, it turned out not working out right. But at the time, it was a pretty good timeout. But it looked like a really bad decision. But I also kind of said, we executed about 450 incredible things that night. The staff and the players and I'm not going to let one mistake, drive the whole thing, spiral it out of control. So just kind of being able to understand that stuff's coming and it's part of the gig.